The countdown is here. I am 30 in 2 weeks' time. I hope everyone's doing well and that you have been enjoying April and the year so far, with things looking a bit more positive with all this coronavirus crap and people getting their jabs. The world's slowly opening back up, at least in England. I'm feeling positive. I'm still very stressed out, but you know what? I'm in such a better place. I went out the other day and bought myself a yoga mat. I'm really going to get back into just like looking after my body. Like April was a bit of a shit month. Like a couple of really bad things happened that emotionally I really struggled with. And I stopped running, I stopped eating, I lost a bunch of weight. It was not a good month. However, I realised what I was doing to my body eventually, and I'm just like, you know what, like things need to change from my birthday. Time to get healthier again. So yeah, here we go. Yoga, my piano keyboard practice. I even decided, I've been so stubborn lately, and like, because I'm like, you know what, spring is supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to like be scraping frost off of my car in the mornings when I go to work, but I live in England and that is the cold hard truth, literally. See what I did there? I bought myself a big fluffy sheep of a jacket, and you know what, it's bloody lovely. I'm finally like doing things for myself, whereas before I never really put myself first. I've never really like bought myself things and treated myself. I always just try so hard to please everyone else. So yeah, I'm finally doing it. I mean, like, look at these cool new boots I got there. My feet are bloody sore right now. But yeah, I only owned like one pair of shoes and the sole was like literally coming right off. So I was like, right, Jade, A, get yourself some breakdown cover on your car insurance. Did that. Get yourself a keyboard. You really want to learn it. Give it a go. Did that. Sorry, I bit my lip and now it's bleeding. Get some shoes, for God's sake, and a warm jacket. You live in England. You cannot live on just a leather jacket. So, yes, I finally decided to spoil myself with a few things. And I'm really happy. But anyway, you are here for books, not my personal life, most of you. So let's talk about the last books that I read in April. I finished Ghosts by Dolly Alderton, which one of you recommended to me. And the basic premise of this book is that it's about this woman in her early 30s, ta-da, whose life just hasn't gone the way that she'd wanted it to. She's alone, she's single, she's childless. You and me both, darling. Unlike me though, she's very successful. She is an amazing published food writer, and Ghost is all about her kind of like navigating her way through life in her early 30s, discovering how dismal the online dating scene is, and just kind of, the whole book takes us through this breakdown of what happens as we get older. From everything such as like friendships naturally deteriorating, your parents getting old and sick. This book kind of covers it all. And to be quite honest with you, it's quite fucking depressing. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the overall story and I did find it really relatable. However, the main character, Nina, was just awful. I hated her. She was like snide and snarky. She always had to have like the last say. She was just like relentlessly rude and sarcastic in the worst possible way. I wanted more humour from this book. Like, I wanted it to be the new Bridget Jones, but it's not. And I don't like that a lot of people seem to be comparing it to Bridget Jones, because it's far from that. It's not about that at all. It's actually a very emotionally charged, depressing book. The whole book had this shadow over it with Nina as the main character, like giving off her 2 pence every time like she had a conversation with someone, and she was just such an arrogant, opinionated person that it was just like, ugh. I want to like throw the book away sometimes. Like I literally some days I could not physically bring myself to pick it up because I just didn't have time for this woman in my life. I feel like the book thought it was being funny, when really it was just tiring and draining. And to be very honest, the main character kind of gave me crazy vibes. Like, she was obsessed with this guy that she matched with online. Like, I hated the level that she pined after him. And yeah, I guess I did feel a bit like this was a bit of insta love between the two couples. Like, maybe things that were supposed to be quite monumental moments in the books, to me, they just appeared to be glossed over. So it was like missing a step in between meeting someone and falling head over heels drastically in love with them, and you can't like bloody live without them anymore. Then when this dude like ghosts her, which for anyone over the age of 30 who might not potentially know what that means that basically they just disappear and don't give you a reason why they're not talking to you anymore. When he does that to her, she does not get the hint. She calls him relentlessly. She sends him text after text after text. I'm just like, no, that's not. I felt sorry for her. Take the hint, Nina. If he wants to be in touch with you, he will. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I got ghosted a little while ago and it bloody sucked, but I took the hint. You know, I'd matched with this guy on Bumble who I thought was bloody gorgeous. We got along really, really well. Like, okay, we didn't share so much as a kiss, but we did meet up once and we had what I thought to be one of the best days. And for days after that, he was texting and like we were like saying how the next time we were going to meet up and how he can't wait to kiss me and like how much he really likes me and blah blah blah. But then he kept cancelling the plans that we were making, right? And eventually I was just like, you know what, if you're not that bothered, like just let me know rather than do this, because it's just stupid and I just don't have time for it in my life anymore. And he was like, oh no, just don't give up on me just yet. I think you're ace. Sorry for disappointing you. And that's the last I heard from him. I was like, okay, I'm gonna see if you're gonna make the effort. And lo and behold, never contacted me again. I mean, it went so far as he gave me his Sky login details on my laptop so that I could watch television, because I don't have television. But I haven't even like gone onto my laptop to see if I could even access it anymore, because I'm just like, you know what, I wouldn't want to use anything that has anything to do with you anyway, because if you can't have a genuine conversation with someone, just be like, you know what, like, it was a great day, but that's what it was. Have a good life. Like, that's just decent, like, the way that you treat someone. But you know what? Did I go sending message after message and pining and phoning and crying and wailing? No, because I'm better than that. I'm never going to chase after someone or pine after them. I'm at a stage in my life where I'm about to turn 30. I don't want to put my time into someone that's not going to put time into me. You know, if you want to be with me, you'll be with me. You'll make the effort. And that's the kind of person I want. And I won't settle for any less, even if it takes a while to come. Or maybe it's come already. Who knows? There may be certain things in the pipeline right now as we currently speak. I felt like this book was this cruel reminder of how barbaric online dating can be. It's just like an all-right, relatable, hard-hitting, depressing story with a very arrogant and self-obsessed main character. So I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Right, then I finished The Foundling by Stacey Hall. I hardly ever read historical fiction books, but I have this work book club and it was their choice for the book club for the month. And I was like, okay, you know, I really want to be involved in this kind of stuff. It's a really great way to meet people at work and bond. So I was like, right, let's just give it a go. And to be fair, my reading taste has been changing lately. I mean, who am I? I've been enjoying, no, more than that, I've been craving romance books. What? So I was like, okay, let's just give some historical fiction a go. So The Foundling is set in London in 1754. It follows this young, poor shrimp seller called Bess, who basically has to give up her newborn child to the Foundling hospital. She works really hard for like 6 long years to be able to claim her daughter back, and when she finally has enough money put together, she goes there and gets told that someone, the day that she gave her child to them, actually took them away, claiming to be her, and even like new personal details about her, such as like, so every mother leaves some kind of like memento with the baby, in case they return for them one day. And Bess left something quite original and unique. It was half a heart made out of whalebone. So this person obviously has some idea of who Bess is, because not everyone was privy to that information. So Bess embarks on this mission to find out who took her child and where they are, why have they taken them, and in so doing, she forms this connection with one of the hospital's doctors. And one day they're at church, and Bess sets eyes on this little 6-year-old girl who she is certain is her baby. So she kind of wangles her way into this child's life by becoming her nursemaid. This story gripped me from the very first page. I mean, I'll be honest, having not grown up in England and not knowing much about British history, I had no idea that the Foundling Hospital is actually a real thing. This book was just rife with this raw emotion. Like, I could feel the heartbreak and the anxiety, like the things that these women must have gone through back in the day. It captivated me completely. I thought it was also marvellous to get like thrust back in time into London in the 1750s. Like, you know, the grime, the dirt, the cold, the poverty, the contrast between like the rich and the poor, like the markets and everything, like the smells. It was beautifully done. I just found this book to be charming, well written, moody, depressing, and psychological. It's the kind of story that just touches your heart. The only thing that really knocked a star off of it for me, I gave it a 4-star review, was the fact that the ending just seemed a little bit too perfect, and that's not how life works. I don't believe in happy endings anymore. So yeah, I just found it was just wrapped up a little too neatly, in my opinion. But if you enjoy historical fiction, then I definitely recommend you giving it a go. I hope that you have a good day further after watching my fantastic video, and I will see you soon for my next one.